Hello and welcome back to the Villa Filler podcast. I'm here as always with my good friend Dan Wiseman. Dan, another player announcement, mate. Another player announcement. It's turned out to be quite the sort of January window, hasn't it?
But crazy. We've got Morgan Rogers, obviously, is the kind of big headline. Costa Nedeljkovic came in earlier on in the window, but this one has snuck out of nowhere. There's been no saga here. This has been very swiftly executed. It looks like we've been in the market for a goalkeeper this window. We know that we were looking at Valdemarson, who obviously Brentford picked us to the post there. And it looks like we've acted pretty swiftly in heading down under to pick up another young goalkeeper, very similar profile.
Yeah, it's exciting, mate. It's exciting. Joe Gauci joining Villa from Adelaide United. I actually saw a thread on this yesterday by an Australian Villa fan. I can't remember who you are. But he's from Adelaide, and Adelaide United is his local team. And he's watched this guy sort of week in, week out for quite a while now. And he seemed pretty excited about this deal. I guess it's a big deal as well when you're sort of someone from your country sort of goes on to play for your team. You could obviously understand the excitement there as well. But this is really interesting, mate, because, I mean, it's a market that we don't really sort of tend to sort of buy from. Was Bosnich Australian or was he from New Zealand?
Yeah.
Wasn't Aussie. There's a great pedigree there already in terms of goalkeepers and Aston Villa, so I'm sure he knows all about Mark Bosnich. And Ornstein has been reporting this as a sort of 4.5-year contract that's been signed, and as you rightfully pointed out, mate, we got on air. Obviously, he's currently sort of partaking in the Asia Cup, isn't he, mate?
Yeah, so he'll join up with the squad after that. And so it kind of depends on how far the Socceroos go in that tournament. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal, not just for Australian football, but for the A-League as well. There's reports in Australia coming out that saying this will be a record fee for the league. And so that kind of represents, the standard of the league as a whole, that the Premier League are coming and picking up players directly from that league. But it's testament to the standard of the player himself. Yeah, I think he's established himself as one of, if not the better goalkeepers playing in Australia, only 23 years old. And I think to break the kind of A-League record as a goalkeeper, it's not often that goalkeepers are kind of setting precedent in that regard in any league in the world. So this is someone that we really don't know a lot about. We've not even had the chance to do a rumour mill on because it's literally dropped out of nowhere. But yeah, that kind of record fee that is kind of being touted to be around 3 million Australian dollars, around 1.5 million pounds, is seismic, and it looks like we're going to get good value there. It'll be interesting to see kind of where he comes in and sits in the pecking order. I don't think he'll be surpassing Robin Olsen as Villa's backup just yet, but with both of our goalkeepers in Emi Martinez and Robin Olsen over 30, which is not a massive concern for the goalkeeper position, I think some level of contingency planning is needed, and I think it's good to see Villa being proactive there.
Absolutely. And until Emi sort of came along, we've really struggled with goalkeepers, haven't we? So hopefully this one continues to buck the trend, because it's been a pretty grueling, I want to say, 10 years, goalkeepers at Aston Villa. And obviously massively thankful for Emi. And I think we've got to give a shout out to Heats as well, Tom Heaton. I think he was a good keeper. Yeah. Shame he wasn't around for a little bit longer. But yeah, this is an interesting one, guys. We'd love to know your thoughts on this deal in the comment section down below. If there's any Australian Villa fans that are sort of in the comments, let us know your thoughts on this guy as well. Obviously, you guys will have a way better perspective than Dan and I. And yeah, I mean, plenty of content coming, just how we like it over here at the Villa Filler. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and up the Villa.